So you guys have just signed papers, as in within this last week, for a house. Mm-hmm. And so tell us what, George, what is the vision of that home, of that house?
Well, the vision of it is to provide a safe place, a place of accountability, a place where we can interact with. This is going to be for men to start out with. To interact with men that are recovering, that are just recently released from incarceration of some kind, so that we can just work in their lives and keep them from relapsing.
Right. And so that they're I think of it as the importance of having a place where because so many, if they're coming out, the option is to go back to the old neighborhood,
exactly,
right,
or the old home that kind of got in there in the first place.
Right.
So here is an incubator, if you will, a place where they don't have to have those temptations. They don't have to go back into that old mindset, make that break from the past,
right,
but also get some solid foundations.
And some freedom, because they're not really incarcerated anymore,
right,
but yet they have to start making life decisions.
Yeah.
And that's usually been the downfall, the poor life choices.
And you guys have seen that a lot.
Oh, yeah, more times than we'd like to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thinking of how has that, so I liken it to the local church being able to be a family around individuals, both with men and women. How significant has that been, and how has that affected your congregation, if you will?
Well, the family part is so important. We're studying a lot about being community, and what I've found out is that we can't play this game with these people from the stands. You can't even play it from the sidelines. You got to be on the field. You got to be.
Good analogy.
You got to give up a lot of stuff to minister. Sometimes, basically, just a one-on-one with somebody and mentor them and be in their life. And to have a place like this, where I know where they're sleeping tonight, or they better be sleeping there. So we can work those kind of things out.
Wow. And anything you guys want to wrap this up with, just on how you would encourage other churches or individuals that are just becoming aware of this issue, how they might get involved, how they might pray. We kind of have a slogan: awareness, prayer, and action. And our heart is, as we create awareness, it leads us to pray, and our prayers birth action. Right. Because part of the sex trafficking, prostitution issue, it seems so ominous and at a distance, and now we're finding out it's right here in our own backyard, but it still is like, wow, I would just have no idea how I could get involved. So maybe we can end with you just speaking into that a little bit.
Of how to get involved. Well, we've definitely found out that relationship is everything. I think people want to just throw in programs without building relationship to begin with. So it's almost like you have to really be in the neighborhood with the people. Yeah. It's one thing being a church to a neighborhood and being a church, in a neighborhood, but it's a whole other ballgame when you're a church with the neighborhood.
Wow.
And so you kind of feel the pains that they feel, and and engage in, and not be afraid to get into maybe a situation where it may be a little uncomfortable. But you know what? We learn from the people that we minister to. Actually, that's, I think, the first thing, is that I think we always think, oh, we have something to give them. You know what? They have something to give us back. And I think we have to educate our own selves that we have to listen to the community, listen to the people that are. And then from there, you kind of get their heart, and you kind of like step right into their world, even though it may seem a little off color, and it's hard to maybe be, I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of hard to go there with them, but when you do it puts life into what they're saying.
Hmm.
I don't know how to quite explain that, but
Well, it's a different culture, isn't it?
Yeah,
And you got to be
it can be,
prepared
you
to
know, and
enter
I
in.
had a little bit of that culture in me, not
Mhm.
quite to the brokenness and the degree of like not having shelter.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I think just being willing to take a risk and being willing to have relationship.
Mm.
That's key.
Wow. Well, thank you guys.
Mhm.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed you guys and the work that happens in Waterloo, and excited to hear in the future of the new house. And we're excited to maybe get to know you guys a little bit better. And Waterloo and Minneapolis aren't so far away. And,
Yeah.
And so.
Can I mention one thing too?
Oh, absolutely.
Since we're a small church in comparison, don't be afraid to partner in with somebody who's downtown, urban. If you're a suburban church,
that's good.
Boy, I tell you what, you begin to get relationship with people that are already doing the stuff. You don't have to create something. Somebody's already doing it. They just maybe need some help for you to come alongside of them and see what they're doing.
That's excellent.
Yeah, we have a great partner church that it's sort of developed through a CCDA program, Christian Community Development Association, and we found out we had the same heart. They're suburbia, we're urban, and they were looking to be in the urban area, but they didn't need to recreate the wheel. We're already down there, so they're coming alongside of us. They're helping us. They have the professionals. We've got the people that they're looking for.
Yeah.
So, great partnership.
Those partnerships are powerful.
Very powerful.
Because it is intimidating to most churches to say we're going to start a program or an outreach.
Right.
And also just the power that you guys are there 7 days a week, so to speak.
Yes.
And I think most churches would welcome wanting to come along something that's existing,
right.
that can, really be an effective partnership, for being a light and helping individuals make a break from the past and set a foundation.
Right.
So,
okay.
Beautiful. Amen. All right.
Amen.
And we're off.